Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff and this is JG Trains, and it's been a little bit and I know it's a late video, but I just wanted to show off in this video what I got at this past York. Really good show. Got a lot of rolling stock and I got a building. That's a different thing. I've never gotten a building at York before. Unfortunately no motive power, but I'm very happy with all my purchases. So in this video we're going to go through what I got, and there's just a whole lot of choo-choo splendid action going on. We went over to the silver hall and I made my first purchases. I found these two at a gentleman's stand. We have a Burlington PS2 hopper, and then we have a Southern Pacific tank car. I've had my eye on these for a while, but they want some crazy prices on eBay, and this guy had a good deal. Let me get them out of the box. I will start out with the PS2 hopper. This PS2 hopper from MTH, it's a very beautiful piece. I have had my eye on it for a while. I've just never found one for the right price, and I love the colors. I'm a big red person, love it. Being a Burlington Northern fan, the Burlington Route, I love the way their paint schemes were and everything, especially with those chrome Zephyrs that they would do. So this car is no exception, and MTH of course hit it out of the ballpark with it. It's got Way of the Zephyrs on it and everything. So there's my first purchase of York. The second car that I got from this gentleman on the deal is the Southern Pacific tank car from MTH. Ironically, this and the Burlington PS2 hopper came out in 1997, so they're really old, but still beautiful pieces, still nice detail. I love the Southern Pacific, I love the daylight, and this car just screams daylight, and I thought it was really cool, so I decided to pick it up. So now we're going to get out of the box and take a look at her. Now that, guys and gals, is a beautiful car. I mean, you can't beat the Southern Pacific daylight looking colors with the red and the orange and the black. It's just a simple look, yet beautiful at the same time. Next on the list, I also found in the silver hall. This one is a Norfolk Southern flat car with 40-foot trailer. So it's kind of cool, especially with being a triple crown trailer, since those are starting to become very few and far between. So this is a nice little touch. So we'll chuck her out and open her up. It's a very nice car. It's a nice weight to it on the flat car. The trailer is very nicely detailed. I did just happen to notice that this tire is cracked and everything, but I mean, with being this old, I mean, this car was delivered in 2001. So I mean, being 22 years old, I mean, you're gonna have that. So I had to find some replacements and everything. But other than that, the car's in very good shape. Very nice. This car is very special because I've always wanted it, but it's either really expensive or it was part of a 3-car set, and it was the only car I really wanted in the set. So I didn't really want to buy a 3-car set and only really care about one. So I finally was able to find this for a very good price. This was in the red hall, and it is a Burlington Northern 3-bay cylindrical hopper. It came out of the BNSF Merger box set, which came with a Santa Fe tank car, a TP&W box car, and then this cylindrical hopper. And that came out in 2000. Yeah, I'm very happy with getting this car. It's an oddball since it's like silver. It has the black lettering like on most silver cylindrical hoppers, but then they give the nice touch of the Burlington green for the name. When you see it on eBay, it goes for a crazy price. It has never been used. There's no wear marks on the wheels or anything. And like I said, this car's from 2000, so it's really showed the test of time being really nice. And I'm so thankful to have this piece in my collection because, you know, I'm a big Burlington Northern fan. This next piece I got in the white hall, and this is a Pennsylvania O-scale tank car, and this is not the Tuscan red. This is the black with the gold lettering and the red keystone. I do have to say, You can see the dust. It just goes to show that this person must really like this car and kept it on their layout for show or up on a shelf. This is a very beautiful car. I've seen the Tuscan red version of this a couple of times, and I've liked that one, but the black one definitely is so much nicer in my opinion. I mean, the gold pops on it, the red keystones, very nice touch, nice detail. I mean, added handrails, ladders, pop-off valves, die-cast sprung trucks with operating knuckle couplers. I mean, well, that was all for day one. Saturday, we decided to go back for an hour or two before the end of York, and we found this nice piece. It's a Thomas & Sons feed supply dry good transfer warehouse. This is the first building I bought. Let's get this thing opened up to take a look at it. This thing is pretty nice. I mean, look, it's got the transfer dock. It leads up to the tracks for loading and unloading supplies. There's that nice logo right here for the Thomas Feed Supply. It does have a lighted interior, very nicely painted, multiple doors. All the doors, these doors will slide open on that side too. It does have light interior, like I said. There's another two opening doors there. Here's a painted figure right here, and there's a puppy. I mean, come on, what makes better than a puppy? And here's some wiring that came with it, and here's some other cool little pieces. Like here's a barrel, a pallet full of boxes and crates, two separate pallets right here, and looks to be maybe like flour, bags of flour or something like that. My wife's got an idea to customize this building for the layout. I have to say, out of everything I've ever bought that's railroad relatable for model railroading, this thing was the biggest pain in the butt to get out of the box. I had to fight to get it out of the box. And you have to be so careful not to break anything. But I succeeded, as you see, but not without a good bit of disagreements, if we want to say. Definitely a nice piece. This next piece that I bought on Saturday after I bought the building, I got this at Berwyn's Trains, and this was in the Orange Hall. They make a lot of nice stuff, like custom stuff runs for the Burlington Northern, the Burlington Route, the Great Northern. This is some of my favorite cars from MTH. I love these 100-ton covered hoppers, and I've always wanted a Rock Island Route rock car. I thought they're beautiful, but they're like $80 to $100 on eBay. So when I was at his stand, I saw he had this, and I got it for $75, and it's a brand new car. This car just came out earlier this year, and these, I like collecting these cars. So let's pop it open and check it out. That is a beautiful car. I love that color. I love that graphics on it. I always thought this was a very cool logo on it. First ever Rock Island piece. It's one that I've wanted because I don't know really which one's my favorite. I mean, for rail cars, I love the Husky stack well cars with the containers on them. I always love those cars, but it's a tough choice because these 100-ton hoppers, which have multiple names over the years, they were either 4-bay covered hoppers, 100-ton hoppers, or grain hoppers. But these are like probably my favorite rail car. I just love how they have all the advertisement space on the side of them where they do like either the planned routes of railroads where there's trackage on them or special advertisements and everything. I've gotten a lot of these cars, and this car is definitely one I've wanted, and I'm so glad to have it finally. I mean, look at all the nice added detail, all the added handrails, the decking on top, the opening hatches, brake wheel. It's just a very nice car. I'm so happy to have this. And Burlington Trains, they always come with some nice stuff, and I always look forward to looking at what they bring into the show. And the very last item that I got at this year's York, I actually saw it on Thursday, but I did the typical procrastinating that I do that have gotten me in trouble, missing out on items and everything. And I decided at the very end of the show and everything, I walked by the booth where it was at, and it was still there. And I thought, I'm not going to let this get away from me because I've seen this item and I love it, Obviously you can tell the size of the box. It is a caboose, and man, it is a gorgeous one. And it is a BNSF 25th anniversary bay window caboose, and I just had to do it. I mean, I saw it on Thursday, kicked myself in the butt for not getting it that day, and I thought maybe Saturday. And right at the end of the show, I had a little bit extra money, so I grabbed it and I got it for a great price. I got this one in the orange hull at Tiny Tim's Trains and Toys. So let's crack it open and take a look at it. I mean, check that beautiful guy out, guys. This is actually my very first bay window in my collection. I have all extended visions cabooses, so it was really cool to have a bay window this time. Very nicely detailed car. I mean, drainage holes in the decking. It's got brake wheel, it's got safety chains, handrails, it's got the beacon light on each end of the car, it's got the walkway on top, smokestack. You know, when you're on the railroad and you want to make them beans, you gotta get the smoke out somehow. It's got added handrails everywhere. It's got all the main predecessor railroads. I mean, you got the Great Northern, Northern Pacific, Burlington Route, my favorite Burlington Northern, Frisco, Santa Fe, Colorado Southern, and Spokane, Portland, and Seattle Railway. What I thought was really cool is the road number, 1995. I mean, that's pretty cool. That was right before the merger, right when the merger happened. Very nice way to end my York for October. I just noticed something that's very funny that I gotta show you guys about this car. This conductor in this caboose is doing it right, man. I mean, he's just going down the rails, keeping everything going on the train, make sure nothing happens. And he's sitting in there with a cup of joe. You can't beat that. He knows how to live it up, I'll tell you what. Well, that's my haul, guys, from Fall York. And I know it's been a little while after the show and everything, stuff came up and everything, but I had to get this in there. I wanted to be able to show you guys what I got. I'm very happy with what I was able to find. I got to meet a lot of good people. I was really happy that I got to meet RBP Chris. That was pretty cool. He's a really cool guy. I love his content. I will link his channel in the description box so you guys can go view his content. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll be having a review coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. My name is Jeff, and this is JG Trains signing off. Choo choo!